Sunday, gosh, it rolls around fast, doesn't it? Another Sunday, 3 p.m. here in New Zealand. Gosh, we've had such a wild weekend with so much wind, rain, that sort of thing. That has been one of those weekends that you just stay at home and hunker down with the fire going, which has actually been lovely. The only time I ventured out was to go and watch my son play rugby on Saturday morning, which of course you have to do, and part of that is standing in the rain and the wind, otherwise it wouldn't be watching rugby. But today I would really like to share with you a new card layout. Hi Linda, welcome. Lovely to see you. Well, can't see you actually, but lovely to see you there. And today I'd like to share a new card layout, or not, it's not new, but new to me, a Slimline card. And so I'd like to go step by step with you in creating that. Your hair looks great. Oh, thanks, Sydney. I know it was wet still, so it's out because it's wet. So yeah, don't usually wear it out, I must admit. But I thought, oh well, that's okay. 5 minutes on the live. Yeah, so that's why it's out. The Slimline card, yes. So sorry, I'm so easily distracted, aren't I? Is a new card layout for me. In actual fact, I was just saying to Linda, I was chatting to her before, and I actually thought the Slimline card was a lot smaller, and I was surprised that it was big, and I had to double check the measurements. But anyway, let's show you. I'm going to take you on how to make the card, the base, and an envelope with it to go with it as well. So I'm going to flip you over and we will get started. Okay, so I'm hoping to get most of my area on the screen today, because I'm going to be obviously using the now I want the bottom of that showing, because there we go. I'm just going to use that measurement down the bottom there, so I will just briefly. Anyway, so nice and straight. Now I've got the measurements here, but I will be taking you step by step on how to do that. Okay, so let me just find you on here so I can see what people are saying. Now let me see. It's not saying that I'm here at all. So I hope everyone is well and staying safe. I know I say that every single time, but it is something that I really really do care about how everyone is. And, with these times that we're living in, it is something that is really important to me, that everyone is staying safe. Okay, so I'll show you the card, but the main part of today's video will be doing the measurements and creating the envelope. So this is the card that I'll show you how to make today, and this is the Slimline. So it's a long, skinny card, and as it's called, a Slimline. I have converted this to centimeters. I know if you're watching in America, etc., then you do work with inches, but we tend to work with centimeters here. Sorry, so I could probably, if I put the measurements up, I could probably put both up if you're interested in the measurements. Okay, so that is the card, and this is the envelope. So I will walk through making that. So the main part, as I say, is to show you how to create the envelope and the card. Hi Helen, how are you? Absolutely love your new design for your website, etc. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love fantails, my favorite. So the base of the card, I've used thick whisper white, of course, and that is 18 centimeters by 21.5. And now that is using most of your A4 size, but you're not going to waste this strip. So you are using quite a bit of cardstock, as you can see. Oh, thank you, Nicolette. Yeah, it is happy. That's why I wanted to make something bright and happy. This strip here, this part here, is used on the front. So you're not wasting that. You're using most of the cardstock anyway. So we will be using this part of it as well. So that I've trimmed down to 8 by 20.5 centimetres. So as I say, you do use the whole card, the whole sheet, but you use the most of it to the maximum. Okay, so that's the card base, and I'll come back to that, but we'll just walk through the envelope, and then I can show you how I created the front of this card. Okay, so I am using Bumblebee, nice happy Bumblebee colour, and the envelope is 20 centimetres by 28 centimetres. So I'm going to pop my trimmer on the screen and hope that everyone is going to be able to see this. Okay, so just open up my arm there. Okay, so 21 centimetres, which is the full width of our A4 sheet, 21 centimetres. And 21 centimetres is 8.25 inches, if anyone is using inches. And then it is 28 centimetres wide, or long, I should say, which means I'm just trimming off a small portion of this. Now, just make sure I might be able to go up a little bit higher so that you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the card stock. So I have the 21 centimetre side up the top, and then I'm going to score at 6.3 centimetres. So always remember to pull your blade away so that you are not using your blade. I've done that before today, as I'm sure many people have. So this is at 6.3 centimetres. So I'll just leave that there in case anyone's wanting to see that. And then that goes across to 16 centimetres. And then once again, just using the scoring blade. And then I'm going to flip it round. And on the long side, which is the 28 centimetre side, I am going to score at 3.8 centimetres. 3.8, and then again at 26.7. 26, it's quite a small one, this one. Oops, it's just a little 26.7. It's probably just off your screen, may not be. Whoops, nearly used the blade then. 26.7. Okay. I will pop that to one side. Okay, so the corners here, now I have got a little diagram, it's a bit scribbly, but the corners here that you've got after scoring, I'm going to chop out. So I will get my scissors, get my card scissors, and I am just going to trim away. Now you've got to keep that nice and straight on the lines that you've scored. So that's each corner that you've created. And hopefully I'm cutting nice straight lines. And I just miter or cut the corners off of this end piece. So this is the skinny end. You'll see in a second the other end is what I call the fat end. So this is a wider end. You're going to cut this off as well. And trying to keep my lines nice and straight. If you wanted to keep them really, really straight, you can obviously use your trimmer. I thought it was easier to show you here. Really make sure you've got that one right there. So that end is mited. Now this is going to be the flap that comes over onto your front. So I am going to use my triple punch here, my trio punch, and just punch these corners round. And I'm going to try and do that without standing over the top of my punch and hope that I get it. Usually I have to stand over to get a bit of oomph behind it. There we go. Not too bad. So that's nicely rounded. Now the other thing that that I do is I'm just going to mark a 1/4 of an inch actually. I'll do a 1/4 of an inch so that people know what that is. And I've got a ruler somewhere. If I haven't got my ruler, I've got, here's my ruler. Here it is. Right, so it doesn't matter if you use your pen actually for this because it's going to be cut off. So just mark a 1/4. I'm not used to looking at quarters, of course. A 1/4 there, and then roll that into this corner. This just actually makes it sit a little bit nicer when you fold it back. Okay, so once again, 1/4 and into the corner. As I said, you're not going to see that, so, and then just use your scissors to trim that down. Hopefully you can still okay, so that one's trimmed off, and then I'm going to trim this one right into the corner. Okay, and then get your bone folder and score all your creases, and we are going to fold it and glue it, or however you want to adhere it, so that just overlaps a little bit there, and then this is going to come up over this corner here, so just give it a really good press so that it sits nice and neatly. You can, if you want to, you could do it this way round if you wanted a flatter end. I do find though when I'm putting the card in, when I do it like that, it actually gets caught on it sometimes. So I do find this one just a little bit better. So I will just use a bit of glue. And actually I should be using my oh, actually ignore that because I forgot to do this part. Getting ahead of myself. That's all right. I will use this on this one. So I'm just going to run that down the edge there. And make sure that I don't go over the edge. And then that's going to fold over. There we go. And then I will, seeing as I've already put glue on this one, I better put glue on this one again. Now for my envelope here, I have popped in a little insert, which you can do. You can do whatever pattern you want in keeping with your card. And so I have just cut that at 9.5 and 5.5, and I have rounded the corners and just popped that in. So always do this before you put your double-sided tape obviously on the inside of your envelope for shutting purposes. So that's just going to go in there, and then I would put my double-sided tape there for when I have completed my card. And then you can also pop something on the front if you like, in keeping with the card that you have inside. So that is the envelope, and I will show you my completed envelope. I just did a little pattern on the end there with the flower, but you could add a strip of cardstock or anything that you like. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to grab the white cardstock. This is my second mat, and this was 8 by 20.5 centimeters. But anyway, I'm going to pop that in there, which is the 25 centimeters is 20.5 centimeters is actually 8 inches, and I'm going to leave that in here because I want to. I'll just move that forward so you can see. I can see on the screen that it's not visible. I want to just make sure that it is up there. I want to start, once I've started, that's fine. It's just the first one. So what I've done is I've cut some strips, and these are, now what did I cut these at? Let me just measure them. So these are, I think they're 1.5 centimeters actually. Yes, 1.5 centimeters, or about half an inch. And I've just cut a varied bit that I've got from scraps, etc. And I'm going to just start with my first strip going across there, and then I'm going to work from there. This is just basically a starting point. And now I am using glue because I want to be able to maneuver the bits of paper. Right, so, and I've got that, I have got that upside down. Well, it's not really, it's only flower, so there's no real upside down as such, but here we go. So that's the first one. So I just do the first one, as I say, in the middle like that, and then I'm going to work the rest of them in keeping with this first piece. So once again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'm trying not to put too much glue on there. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of a margin, not too much, and I will just keep picking up pieces. So I know this does take a little bit of time, but it is worth, yep. It is worth the patience. It's a great way to use your scraps, but it also is, for a card this long, it actually fills up the space beautifully. Now let's find another one. This one might be quite good. Whoops. So you do, if you're like me, bit gluey. I do tend to get glue all over me doing this sort of thing, but that's all right. And I'm just going to cut a tiny bit off this one. As I say, if you get this first piece on, it actually is pretty straightforward after that. It's a bit weird shape, this one, I know, but we will trim it down once it's on, but it can't have a little white corner sticking out. Okay, so the next one, as I say, you can do anything you like from here. I might use this one, and I might just, so the thing is, you've got to remember to get this going in the right direction as well, so that that's butted up against there. You don't need much glue. I'm just a generous adhesive person, as some of my friends would say. But I would not like any of my cards that I give to anybody, etc., to be falling apart. So I haven't got that one quite straight. There we go. So that's the beauty of glue. Still got that little bit of time to be able to manoeuvre. Put a wee yellow one in there. So this is a bit slow, sorry, but okay. And another flower. It's a fantastic way. If you've just got little bits of, it doesn't have to be designer series paper. This is the all flowers for every season paper, which is just gorgeous. And I had these little bits left over, but it can be just ordinary tip pot glue on card, not strip. Tip pot glue on card. Yes, I know, I've done that, but then I tried that and then I was putting it down and it was going out the side. I will do that. I did do that the other day, but sometimes it was not quite. Yes, it's a good tip, thank you, Helen. But when I was moving it around, I tended to get glue in the edges. But it is probably the more sensible way to do it, I'm sure. And that one. So you do get a bit left over, obviously, but you can then make another card. Okay. So I'm going to pop this one down here. See, I'm not very good at getting it straight. Mind, I can use my glue eraser for any excess. I'm a glue nightmare. This one, I mean, once you've cut your strips and got started, it actually doesn't take very long. Right, might do another yellow one. And what haven't we had for a while? Now, I'm just going to get these up before they are. What haven't we had? One of these. It gets a bit small. The easiest glue to remove, though, yes it is. I must admit, it is very easy to remove. And what else? What else? Bit of this one. And then one last little bit. What one shall I use? Oh, we'll use this bit. Don't need the whole thing. Looks like a mess at the moment, doesn't it? There's lots of random bits of paper going everywhere. Right. Now you get to cut. So quite easy just to turn it over and trim. Trim all that excess. Usually I'd probably give it just a little bit of time. Am I going to make an envelope for this one? With this one? No, I just made the envelope. Okay. Nearly there. Put this on front of the envelope, gosh. You could do though, a bit of patience. And there you have, it just looks so nice once you've cut away all the excess. I just love it, actually. I love all the bright and the pattern and the before it got trimmed. Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be, yes, be difficult, be a huge envelope. Now I've just glued this onto here. So you could, I've picked yellow because the sentiment I was using was sunshine. So I decided to keep with the bumblebee, hence the card, the envelope to match was in bumblebee as well. Okay, so I have stamped You Are My Sunshine already, because I thought this was going to take up quite a bit of time for you watching. That is from the Ridiculously Awesome stamp set. I just love all these amazing sentiments. Make today ridiculously awesome. You've got this. And I love that one goes up and down. And the beautiful big sentiments, which sometimes you just want to make a card with a lovely background and a big sentiment, which is You Are My Sunshine. So I have just popped a bit of, now I can't for the life of me remember, this comes in a set and I can't remember what it's called now. This is with the Forever Greenery set, I think, and I should have looked that up before I did that, but that's all right. I can put notes in later if anyone wants to know what it's called. It's a lovely white linen ribbon. And that's my wrong pair of scissors. It will not cut that. Okay. So I looked at putting a ribbon across, etc., but it just covered up the beautiful paper. So I decided just to keep it here like this. I'll trim that down in a moment. Pop this on dimensionals. But it was fun to learn how to make a different style card from the usual. And as I say, I know it as a Slimline card, but I think there is other names for it as well. But I must admit, I found the name Slimline a little bit misleading in the sense I thought it would be smaller. That's all right. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of that over there for a ribbon. That there. Right. You Are My Sunshine, and then my card base, which is here. I'm just going to glue that on. Let me get rid of some of this. Just a little bit of glue. It's called faux linen. Thank you. I knew someone would know. It is, yeah, linen. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Ties lovely bows as well. It is from the Forever Greenery, isn't it? Right. Thank goodness for the glue. You see, I've got to move this up now. Get it straight. Oh, dear. One of those gluey days. Okay, and of course all of my cards always have to have a little bit of bling, and we will add a few, just a couple. gorgeous and bright and sparkly. Right, now I did actually on my other card, and I'll do it with this one as well, the little heart on the You Are My Sunshine. I've just used the beautiful new Magenta Madness and coloured in the heart just to really make it pop. Oh, it's the Flowers for Every Season combo. Oh, well, there you go. And I think I'll just leave it like that, actually. Yeah. So that is the card, and this is the complete envelope. So new card style for me, the Slimline. For the inside of the other card, I just used a strip of the cardstock and popped it on the inside. You could use the floral, or you could stamp something, whatever you like. I just had that strip left, so I just ran that along the bottom like that. So yes, new style card. I hope you enjoyed. If you've got any questions, I will pop up the measurements if anyone wants them. As I say, I've converted it to centimetres, but I could probably find out the inches if anyone wanted to know the inches. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me, and do give this new style card a go. It is fabulous to create something a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you all again next Sunday. Take care, everybody. Bye. Oops, I can't sign off. It's not signing off.